Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Sema na JG, kikao ambacho kinakupa fursa yako kujielezea. And in this series, we are just focusing on women in business. Today, we are so honored to have Nadia Aziz on a Snatched track. Remember, this episode is brought to you by Bountiful Safaris, your #1 travel agency. Karibu sana, Nadia.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And I'm so excited to see you, at least personally. I always follow you on IG.
Yeah.
And I like what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
So who is Nadia?
So one thing a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm actually a lawyer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You are a lawyer?
Yes. Of more than 10 years experience. So besides having businesses, I do have a very strong foundation in and background in law. I also have a background in psychology.
Okay.
But I also consider myself to be a business person now. And besides Snatch track, I would say I've had many failures in business before having this successful business. I'm also a mom of 2. And that's who I am. Okay. I would say I'm a multi-talented person.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you in employment? You have your law firm?
I'm in full-time employment. And I also own the business. And I'm a full-time mom as well. I don't think being a mom, you can never say it's job. Not a 9-to-5 job. You're in employment.
That's a 24-hour job.
Hours, yes.
And you know, the few people I've interviewed on this podcast, I'm beginning to learn it's a norm to be employed and also have something else on the side. So how did this happen?
I'd like to correct you on something.
Yes.
We have this mentality that we keep saying it's a side hustle. It's not a side hustle. It should never be a side hustle. When you say that, in your mind, you've already created it to be something that is on the side.
Not important.
It should be the main thing. Just like how you give importance to your full-time job. Because I'm in employment. I give them my all. Just the same way I need to give my business my all. And so we need to start shifting from side hustle to it's my business. No matter how small it is, it could be it could be a store that has 1 employee, or actually none, because you could be the only one running it.
Sure.
But it's not a side hustle. So yes, Snatch track is my business, and I think, as you said, a lot of people who have businesses either have been in employment previously or are currently in employment. And I say that gives you a good foundation because there's a lot you learn when you're in employment. And there's a lot of things that you learn in terms of even customer satisfaction that you can then move into your business. And I say that's the shift, or those are the lessons that I've learned while being in employment that I've now brought into my business.
And I'm imagining about you being a full-time mother, a full-time employee, a full-time business person. Just give us a breakdown of your time, where you get your time to. Okay, of course, being a mother, it's a full-time job. We can't even discuss where you get the time. But where do you get time to be in full-time business and full-time employment?
Okay. So I'd say the most important thing for me has been delegation.
Okay.
As a business person and even as a leader, one thing that I've learned is that you can't do it all on your own. And so you need the right resources, you need the right manpower to be able to do that for you the way you would have done it yourself when you're not there.
Okay.
And that means I have the right people to run the business because I'm obviously not there. I probably go once a week to check on them. But I do have catch-ups with them every evening. And that means at the beginning, when I am bringing in someone on board, the training is very intense because then I want them to treat customers the way I would treat customers. I want them to handle a situation the way I would handle it myself. And the downside to that is you're going to go through a lot of people
Sure.
before you actually get the one or the two that you can trust. So for me, delegation has been very important, and also time management. So do I really need to be in the shop the whole day? I don't. But do I need to have insights on what you have sold today, or was there something peculiar about today that you need to tell me? Yes. And how will I get to know that? Through reporting. So give me an an end of day report, and then give me an end of month report, and then that gives me a good understanding of how the business has progressed.
Okay.
December versus January versus February.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you start?
Snatch track. I'd say I've always had a passion for business. And one thing about me, and everybody knows it, I'm not a go-getter. I'd say I'm a goal-getter. So I see the goal, and nothing to me is impossible. But it does take a lot of hard work. It does take a lot of planning. And there is obviously the biggest issue of risk. Because if you don't take the risk, then you're never going to be able to bear the fruits if it does work out.
True.
So when I mentioned that I've had other businesses, I have had my try in businesses. Before Snatch Track, I had another clothing company with a partner. It was a very good business, but then I learned that sometimes when you're in partnership with someone and you feel like you may be putting in more than they are, then that would bring in a conflict.
Okay.
And so we decided to split, and that's how the name Snatched Rack was born, because it almost felt like it was snatched away from me, because it was not nice towards the end. And that's how Snatched Rack was born. And Snatched also means you look good. So it's just been, I'd say, a journey of knowing that I want more and trying to get that. And I also noticed there's a very big gap, or there was a very big gap 5-6 years ago in terms of the quality of clothes that were available.
I was actually coming to that.
Yeah.
I really wanted to understand. I've visited your shop.
Yes.
And I realized you number one, the quality of your clothes and the price.
Okay.
So, and for a layman, you start asking, who are these customers? What did you see for you to set such high standards?
Yeah.
For your shop?
So, as I was saying, the biggest gap that I saw was the quality of clothes.
Yes.
And the variety that we could get. So if you're not traveling abroad, you're not ordering, you're not going to thrift stores, then you don't have a huge, variety of shops or places that you can go get these items. So because of that gap, I then decided to then open up Snatch Track. I'd say 80% of what's in the shop I would wear myself.
Yes.
And so that's the vision that I had. Like, can I get good stuff? And the market is there. We just need to then learn how to tap into that market. And that could be through networking. It could be through advertising. But for me, the biggest source of marketing for my business is word of mouth and referrals. So people will come in and say, X sent me here because I saw her in this dress. And then I remember, okay. Number two, what we do different in our shop is we only get a very limited number of items per dress. Or
no Kenya uniform?
No, not at all. Unless, let me just give an exception, unless it's so nice that I feel like, let me just get one more set or two more sets. But we try not to do that at all. So we limit the design and not the quality, the design of that particular item.
Yes.
So that you're unique, you're standing out, and you don't come complain that I saw someone else in this outfit.
That I can attest. You remember the black dress I bought?
Yes.
I can assure you, I've never seen anyone in it.
Yeah.
Totally.
So that's what we wanted to do, give quality. You talked about price.
Yes.
Yes.
That month I almost messed myself.
So I'd say a lot of factors come into when you're pricing an item. And there's some of the things we order from the UK. So say, for instance, you know that I got this for X number of pounds. And then you'll say, but then why don't we just convert it times 185 and that's what I'm going to pay you? But there's other costs. I have importation costs.
Yes.
I have to pay VAT. I need to pay rent. I need to pay salaries. I need to pay for shoots. I need to pay for just the running cost of the business is not low.
Sure.
And for you to come to the shop, I want you to be comfortable. So I want you to come in and find people happy. I want you to come in and find that everything that you need while you're there, you need water, it's provided for
Yes.
you. You might want a snack, it's provided for you.
Coffee.
So all that is factored into the pricing of the items. But then I will still say we do understand that, you know, not everyone may be able to get that item. And so we then have sales. Every 3 or 4 months, we say, you know what, mega sale, let's move on, let's get new stuff.
Okay.
So one thing with me is, I wouldn't like to say I get bored easily, but maybe I do. So if I've seen something for too long in the shop, it could actually just be 2 months old. I'll be like, you know what, let's get rid of it. Let's get something new. And if that means having a sale, fine. So it has to be fast paced. So if someone orders, I don't want you to tell me that you've not yet packed the order. Why? Can we pack? Can we deliver? We move on because we already have their money. Let them have their item and we move on to the next customer.
Customer
and
service.
That's something that I think a lot of business people have, and maybe a lot of people that work for the business people may be lacking and need to improve on.
So Nadia, why concentrate on women?
I'd say women are very interesting. As a woman, the things that we value are quality and experience.
Sure.
So when you come to Snatch Track, the one thing that you will like or that will stand out for you is the type of experience that you'll get as you shop. So it's not just you've come in and you want a dress and you get it. The whole thing is a very good experience, and also the quality of clothes that you're gonna get are extremely good. And so that's why I decided to focus on women. And because of the gap that existed, I'd say that gap has slowly started to close, especially because there's a lot of other businesses that have come in.
Okay.
But for us, because we already have our set of customers, then it's easy for us to just keep running the business and try look for more customers that are in the same, I'd say, bracket.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the challenges you've experienced?
Unpredictability. With employment, you know that at the end of the month, there's something that will come into your bank.
Yes.
On whatever date it may be. If you work in the banks, then it's from 25th. If you work elsewhere, then at least by the 30th. And if you're in other industries, you can even get it the next month on the 5th. But you know there's some predictability in terms of something coming in and what that is, so the amount. With business, it's very unpredictable. So this month could be fantastic and next month is bad. So I think it also depends on the seasons that we have. Seasons being, if it's a holiday season, it's Christmas, of course, we know the business will be good. And then January, as we all like to say, is when we've paid school fees. In January.
Yes.
So there's nothing.
Yes.
But Drinksember, in Drinksember,
Please.
yes, Drinksember, everything is flowing well, including the money.
Did you call it Drinksember?
Drinksember. So money is also flowing very well.
Yes.
But then you need to prepare yourself, and I think that can only come in after a couple of years in business, and you understand that this month or these months are going to be a little bit lower, and then the others are going to be a bit higher, so that you can plan yourself, because you don't want to be caught up in a situation where you're not able to pay your expenses, and rent being one of the biggest expense that any business has. I'd say another challenge is, of course, when it comes to competition.
Yes.
Competition can be very, if you're not prepared for it, it could just shake you off in a negative way, because then you won't be able to plan yourself. You will not get customers for 2-3 weeks and you won't understand what's going on. But it's because somebody else has tapped into your space. So how then do you keep yourself above the rest? Does it mean you need to get new stock ever so often? Does it mean that you need to do more marketing? So whatever it is, what works for your business is for you to understand. The first thing that you need to do is understand that there are other people in the same business who want to do the same thing. So what will make you stand out?
Your USP, what they call your USP, unique selling proposition.
Correct.
So how do you deal with that, you as a person?
So number one is you need to be alive to the fact that every day is not going to be December, and every day is not going to drink December, and every day is not going to be a good day. And then you always need to be like, think on your feet and do. And I talked about this earlier. You need to do things very quick. You can't just sit and ponder over something for a week. I'm a very different type of person. When I see something, I want it, I'll get it immediately. And it's the same with an idea. I have an idea, I'm like, let's just go with it. The worst that will happen is it will not work. At least we tried. So even when it comes to marketing, let's do that.
Yes.
When it comes to something new that we want to try in the business, let's do it. So don't wait for it to get so bad and then say it didn't work out. Try to see how you can salvage it when you just start seeing the signs of it not going well. So yeah, I would say the most important thing is just and be present. And I don't mean be present physically. You don't need to be present physically, but be present, know what's going on. I've seen a lot of horror stories on social media about people, say, stealing from businesses, the people that work for you, the employees. And I start to think, for someone to have done it for a whole year, for instance, where were you? That doesn't mean I'm immune to that not happening. It could have happened to me as well. But then that's why I'm saying you need to be very present.
Sure.
And you get the right professionals. Get an accountant, get a manager. And even you might need to get an auditor ever so often to come in and confirm that the stock that we have versus the money that we're getting, is it all tallying? Because if not, then there's a gap. And we need to understand where the gap is so we can seal it. Because otherwise you're just going to lose your business.
Yeah, talking of marketing, I've seen a lot of social media, and especially, I watch a lot of your IG, and I've seen these wonderful ladies doing a good job. Does it give you an ROI? So
the one thing that I'll say is, one of the biggest factors of the success of my business, Snatched, is because of the models. The relationship that I have with my models, one of them has been with us from the first day.
Wow.
We've never, ever had a shoot without her. And that's because we have a fantastic working relationship. And the other two were onboarded later on in phases. But yes, so people want to see good content. They want to engage with it. They want to, and it could, sometimes it's even the men. And 5% of the men will actually bring their women. So I would say our target on social media is both men and women.
Yes.
As long as there's engagement on the page, it's going to show up on someone's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and that works for us.
Okay.
But we don't only focus on that. We also focus, time to time, we have billboards. We also, as I said, a lot of word of mouth. So we also give our clients vouchers ever so often. You just get something on your WhatsApp. Here's X amount off your purchase.
Okay.
So that you know that you're valued, and you can also come to the shop and shop for yourself.
How did you start? Other than breaking up with your former friend?
Yes.
Did you take a bank loan? Was it your savings?
No.
How did you start?
Snatched began as a very small, I wouldn't even say business. It was housed in my house, in a room in my house.
A business in your house?
A business in my house. I had one rack, one, with some outfits. And I had the Snatched logo that I got done. And that logo is in my shop now. So when you come in, it's going to be on your left. And even the other day, I met with some designers and architects, and they said, should we get this out and redesign? I said, you can redesign, but just leave this here because it works for me, and it's come from far. So it started as one room in my house.
Oh, really?
Yes. And we were purely online then. And then 4 years ago, we got the physical store. And the rest is history. But it's I wouldn't say it's just you wake up and you have a good business. No, it takes a lot of time. The most important thing is consistency, because you can be doing very well today and then you forget about it, and then next week there's nothing going on. It's a fast-paced industry, so it's literally you snooze, you lose. So what can you do to just be on the top the whole time? And at the time when it was an online business, the one thing that I valued the most was customer satisfaction, because I couldn't meet the customer directly. So how are we interacting with this person on chat, on call? Do we sound warm, or do we sound like, you're bothering me, get off the call, I don't want to sell you a dress? So even how you pick up the phone really matters. And then when I got the opportunity to get the store, I'd initially just asked for half the space that we currently have. And then I had some savings and I said, you know what, let's just risk it. Let's get double the space so that it's also airy and nice. And that's how we got the space that we currently have. I did try get a second location sometime in 2024, 25, I'd say. But it didn't work out because of the proximity to the current business. So we were getting the same clients. So I'd say also the rush into a new branch was premature. I should have waited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't answered my question. Have you ever taken a bank loan for this business?
No, I've not taken a bank loan because I'm a very good... I save my money. Remember I told you I'm in employment? Yeah. So I money management is something that I think I do well. And I plan for it very well.
Okay.
And the one thing that I'll say is, for anyone, whether you're a man or a woman, you need multiple sources of income. So whether that's your salary, your rental income, income from your business, you need that, because you might need one source of income to help you out with another.
Sure.
So no, I did not take a bank loan. I had my savings, but I also, for the first 1.5 to 2 years, did not get anything out of Snatch Track. So anything that I would make, I would put back into the business 100%. I didn't want, reinvest. I didn't want to enjoy the fruits of my labor then. I said I'd rather reinvest and wait for it. So now, yes, I can get money out of it, but I also prefer to save it or to reinvest. You know, you want to reinvest and make sure your business is in a good place and there's nothing lacking.
Wow, nice lessons there, that you need to reinvest.
Yes.
You don't start using the profits immediately.
No, because it gets very tempting. You're like, my God, I have an extra 50,000 this month. Can I just... Kulite. It's very tempting, but no, just keep it, because in 12 months it's going to be 600K.
Exactly.
And that 600,000 is, and that's the profit. You probably need it for most stock. And then also when you invest and you sell, you might think in your mind, all this is your money. But then if you Kulite all, how are you going to get new stock? How are you going to make this business? How are you going to pay rent? So yeah, reinvesting has worked for me. And also just very good money management. I have a very good accountant now. And I've used him for the last couple of years. And he helps me to just keep things in tab.
Okay.
So even when he feels like the expenditure is higher than what it should be, then he'll come in and say, I need to understand what we did this month that was different from the last. Because then it becomes an eye-opener. Then we say, okay, then how can we fix that? Because the expenses in a business are as high as you want them to be.
Okay.
I mean, the world is literally, the sky is the ceiling. You can do whatever you want. But then where do you draw the line? So drawing the line is important, because if you don't, then you're going to spend so much and you'll have absolutely nothing left for your business.
Okay. Where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
So currently we have a website. We have started getting in orders, not only regionally, but also globally. We have customers in the States, we have customers in the UK, we have customers in Paris, we have customers all over.
Okay.
And I would give the credit to social media 100%. You asked what the value of the videos and the content is. It's the reach. So if I have a billboard, it will only reach X number of people that pass on that particular street on that particular day or that particular month. But on social media, it's there. And there's no limit as to who can watch that video or who can see that picture. So I see us being a brand that will serve not only the Kenyan market, but the regional and the global market through, I'd say, primarily online sales. Yeah, but I see us being much bigger than we are now.
Wow, great. And by the way, those models are doing a good job. I enjoy watching them.
Thank you.
So I'm thinking about the youth, specifically here in Kenya, and some women and housewives watching this.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
Never be scared. And I had a discussion yesterday with a friend, and I said, if you don't ask, you're never going to get.
Oh, God.
Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to, even if it's at work, you want something, ask for it. The worst that can happen, honestly, is no, which is fine, because you tried and you'll have planted a seed in someone's mind about what you want. So ask for it and take the risk. So I'm not saying blindly take the risk and you have all your savings and say, I'm going to start this business. No. Plan and say, I have X. Can I take a quarter? Can I take half? Do your research. Research is very important. Who's already in the business? Who will be your competitor? And who is your customer? And how will you reach to this customer? I find on Instagram, Facebook, the clients are right there. But the problem is, how do we get to them? What story are we giving them? Or how are they going to relate to our brand? And so to anybody who wants to get into business, it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park, but it's doable.
Okay.
And I'm no expert because I've also had my failures. But then I'd say the few things that I've learned are seek help when you need the help from the experts, because you can't be an expert at everything. You can't be the accountant, the content manager, the content creator, the entrepreneur, the owner, and then you're the tax expert. You can't. So where you can, I also talk about delegation. Delegate, seek help, let them come in and guide you, and then you can take the business forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
And put systems in place.
Yes.
I totally agree with you. And I'm learning. Let me tell you what this podcast is doing to me. I'm learning so much. But one thing that I keep hearing coming up is ask.
Ask.
Don't be afraid.
Never.
Do it.
Do it.
As in, just move.
And move now. Don't say I'm going to move tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'll tell you something.
Yes.
January was not a good month for me. From, I'd say from a perspective of, it was an eye-opener because of something that I experienced. And what it taught me is that you don't even know if tomorrow is going to come.
Sure.
So if you have today, whatever you can do within obviously reasonable means, do it today or plan for it today. A lot of times we'll say, we had a teacher, she was my law teacher in A-levels, and she said, if you want to take a picture, take the picture today. We always say, no, I'll take it next week when my hair is done. How do you know next week's going to come?
Then the wrinkles appear.
Exactly. And then you look at your picture like from 10 years ago, like, I was so thin. And you thought you were not thin then. So do it and do it immediately.
Yes.
If you have, live your life as you do it and enjoy what you do.
Sure.
Because if you don't enjoy what you do, then it's just you're going to be very miserable. I really enjoy what I do. I really enjoy being a lawyer, and I'm a corporate lawyer. I love my job. And at the same time, I also love that I want more from my life than only being a lawyer. And I really enjoy the shoots. I enjoy the content that we create. So enjoy what you do.
Live life.
Yeah, live life. I mean, it's never that serious. Tomorrow you'll just be a memory or a story for someone else.
I'm telling you.
That's all you'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for someone watching, how can they get you? Where are you on IG?
Okay. So we're across all social media platforms. We are currently our reach is about 700,000 plus.
Wow.
On Facebook, we are called Snatch Track. On Instagram, it's at Snatch Track, and TikTok is Snatch Track KE. Physically, our physical location is in Lavington, Mudangari Road, right next to Kettle House.
I knew you were going to mention
So the people who know Kettle House, please just come like an hour before your usual time and you'll see the boutique there
They
called
come
Snatch.
at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Okay, fine, come at 5 then. We are open Monday to, actually, every day. So we have different people that work on Sunday.
Okay.
But we're open every day. And we also work on appointment basis. So say you have something tomorrow and it's like 8 p.m. and we've closed, just give us a call. We'll come in, open, give you the outfit
Mind
that you
sharing
need.
the number?
Yeah, 0722 540 123.
0722.
540 123.
Finally, enough the business question.
Yes.
How's the dating scene in Kenya?
Dating?
Yeah.
I'm married,
Yes.
so I wouldn't know. But I have a lot of single friends.
Yes.
And of course, there's a lot of negative things that you hear. But the one thing I will say, and I share this sentiment with a very good friend of mine as well. I work with her. And, when people say all men are the same, all women are the same, they're not. They're not. When we have a stereotype, then imagine it will actually happen. But be open to knowing someone, be open to dating, but also don't rush into it. And you also need to know or get to be with someone who shares the same energy as you. Otherwise, you're going to get to a point where they'll be like, I don't get you.
True.
And then that's when a lot of issues begin. So I don't know about the dating. Okay, not personally, but I know from my friends, it can be hard. But I also have a lot of people around me that have successful marriages and happy marriages. And the one thing that comes out very clearly for me is that it can happen, it happens, they are right there. But it also takes a lot of hard work, just like the business. Even a marriage is hard work.
Yes.
You're not going to put in 0 and expect something positive out. Sure. You need to put in positivity to get the positivity. You need to give what you expect. So if you love gifts, don't just sit and wait for gifts. Give a small gift, you might get a bigger one. Because everyone's love language is different.
Sure.
For some people, it's gifts. Some people say it's time. Some people say it's, I don't know, the holidays, hugs, whatever it is, physical touch. So, and make that known.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to, I think, ask or communicate.
Communicate.
Nobody else is going to know if you don't tell them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any question for me?
What prompted you to have a podcast? And I know you have you're a successful business person yourself. So what prompted you to have this podcast?
I saw a gap. Before I started this, the Women in Business series, kitambo before COVID, I still have it, Semana JG. Actually, that's why we are also going to post this. I used to interview people on their life, experiences, and I would call it social content. But then the other day I sat down, I asked myself, can I have a platform where I can just showcase different ladies in business in the hope that it's going to encourage someone? Because the youth are giving up. Yeah. The women are giving up. I am very passionate about single.
Is that why you're asking me about dating?
Yeah. Single women. I'm so passionate about them. I see what they send me on my inbox.
Yeah.
I see what the struggles they go through.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what if I had a platform where they can try, listen, learn, and act?
Yeah.
Because clearly, the people I've spoken to are talking about what you've just said. Don't just sit there. Think of an idea, start it, move on, ask. You make a difference.
Yeah.
So this podcast was inspired by the fact that I want our youth and our women to know that it's doable. They can be in business. They can be employed and be in business. This thing of, oh, I'm just employed, the salary is not enough. What are you doing about it? Because we've encouraged a culture where in Kenya ni serikali saidia. Serikali can saidia up to some point.
Yeah, it has to be in you
Exactly.
to also want to help yourself.
Yes. So if you're employed and you're watching, just learn from Nadia here. Learn from many other people that I've interviewed. They talk about being employed and being in business.
Yeah.
Some say they started from nothing. I was interviewing another lady the other day, and she said she would just wake up and go to and hang around the shops.
Yeah.
And then when she sees a customer, she sells them what's in the shop.
At a
And
lower...
makes her commission.
Yeah.
And right now, she has a shop. She finally opened a shop. So I think it's about the having the right motivation, looking at the world differently, stop concentrating on serikali's idea. Yes, where's idea na hata wewe?
And then, one interesting thing about, we've talked about women a lot, is as women, we're very cautious
Yes.
in what we do. So you'll see a job advertised and they say the minimum qualifications are a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, 10 years experience, and something else. And then say you don't have the master's. You're like, why should I apply? I'm not going to get it. And then versus a man, he'll see it. He probably has 1 year experience, doesn't have a master's, and he's like, let me try. And he'll get the job. Why? Because he tried. So let's just be bold.
Yes.
Take the step, apply, and then wait for the outcome.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Anything else, or we could just say goodbye?
We could say not goodbye. See you next time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nadia.
And thank you as well.
And say hi to those babies.
I will.
And their father.
I will.
And your family. And everyone. This has been yours truly, Joyce Gituro. JG, Semana JG. And this episode was brought to you courtesy of Bountiful Safaris, your #1 travel agency. Thank you so much.
Bye.